Hello. Welcome to episode 3 of my podcast, Road to FCAS. It feels kind of magical actually to be recording the third episode already. um, if you listened to the first 2 episodes, I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully that is what brings you here to episode number 3. And if you're new, welcome to my episode. What? welcome to welcome to my podcast. And today we are playing the La La Land original soundtrack. I've been listening. I've been listening to the soundtrack this whole week. It calms me down actually. And this brings us to our opener of how this past week has been. It's kind of funny because I recorded my first episode on Friday and uploaded on Friday. And the second episode was recorded last Thursday. And today, February 11th, it is a Wednesday. It just seems like I keep pushing the recording dates forward. But that, I guess, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. It just happens to be that I just only have time on those nights, and given that I am a bit extra busy lately, yeah. But anyways, as a midweek, I feel like this past week has been maybe up and down, like 30-70, I would say. Like when I recorded my first episode, that week was fantastic. But then last week was really rough. But I had an amazing weekend, so that kind of makes up for it. But this week is like, I know it's only been 3 days. It's like up and down all over again, and I am a little worried actually, because when you have these like mood swings, it usually is not really a good thing. So it's like one day I'll be like very motivated, very happy, and the other day I will be super anxious and be worrying about a lot of stuff. So, but we'll get to that part later. But I would say today was a good day. I've been organizing stuff in my house. Well, not really my house, but stuff in my house, and trying to get ready for moving. Since I'm trying to move out on my own right now, and I'm also like kind of looking around for apartments, stuff like that. Yeah. And so speaking of that, I actually have my first apartment tour this Saturday, so love is in the air. So I'm excited about that. And yeah. Other than that, I feel like it's fine. Oh wait. The reason I got carried away again. Sometimes I just start talking and then I carry myself away. Like no one needs to distract me. I distract myself. The reason why I was mentioning, I was getting rid of stuff in my house, is actually that I've been like selling stuff, trying to get rid of things, make it easier to move. And today I just sold a bunch of things that were not needed. So that's good. Clap, clap, clap. And yeah. I guess the rest would just be distributed into those little sections that I have marked down. Alrighty, that was a long and yappy intro. I feel like I just didn't really have a good structure in my head. Like I just start talking, I just press record and I start talking. Not really a professional podcaster, I guess, but I guess that's not really my goal. Hopefully it doesn't annoy you or anything, but well, if it does, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, so now I wanted to chat a little bit. Well, I say a little bit, I know I'm gonna be yapping. Now I wanted to chat a lot bit about my studies. So, one of the very, 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 very exciting things that I learned in this past week is that Excel could do matrix multiplications, matrix transpose, and matrix inversion, and even determinant. This is life changing because I am never a man of matrix. I see a matrix and I get a headache and immediately need to get sent to the ER. And every time matrix comes up in math, I have to relearn it, and I wouldn't say that I am the happiest about it. Because it's, I don't know, it to me it almost seems like you are playing with blocks without physically having the blocks in hand. Like when I do matrix multiplications, I feel like I'm moving those numbers around in my head like a toddler moving around blocks, but a toddler doesn't have any blocks. So I would say that's hard for me. But our amazing Excel has matrix multiplication, matrix inversion, transpose, and determinant, all those amazing features. So yeah, I really appreciate that. I was very excited about it on Monday. And yeah, I mean, there is this Excel tool. It's like Excel from Temu, kind of. It's not really Excel, but it has almost all of the features. There's this spreadsheet tool on Exam Math 1 for students to use, so I will be abusing that. I mean, I guess, yeah, you can say abuse, I guess. Like, usually it's like, oh, abuse substance, but I would say Excel is substance because it's pretty, oh my god, I can't talk. Pretty addicting. I love Excel. Excel's amazing. But yeah, I'm just learning my way through it. And in fact, when I told my friends about, like, guys, did you know that there is a mmult function in Excel and it multiplies matrices? And they said, yeah. And I said, okay, so now I'm the only one who don't know. So that's fun. I mean, like, it's amazing. It's an amazing feature to learn. I'm glad I learned it. I guess just every time I learn something new and I would tell people and people would be like, you don't know that? I'm like, oh my god, what have I been doing the past 23 years? Nothing. I mean, not that I actually did nothing, but like, I feel like, oh my god, like, why am I just knowing this? But, you know, as much as I wish I could learn it earlier on, I'm glad I, like, learn it now instead of like 20 years later, right? Because actually, I think on Monday, a leader came by my desk and he saw like these Excel formulas that I have written on paper and pinned on my walls. He said, what is mmult? I said, that is matrix multiplication. And he's like, I didn't know that. I was like, well, now you know. And like, you know, even people who are like older, they're still learning stuff, even, you know, if it's like Excel formulas or whatever. So I'm glad I was able to learn it now. And yeah, I am, like I have mentioned, I am currently pushing through part 3 of Mass 1. And it's pretty difficult, I would say. It's really heavy. It's definitely really heavy. Like, the way I would describe it is like as if you're trying to like eat this cake that's really, really heavy. Like, it's really sweet and you want to eat it, but you can't finish it in one sitting. So that feels like part 3 of Mass 1 because I want to get through it as soon as possible, like as quickly as possible, because of course I want to start practicing soon. Because, well, knowing that part 3 is like the hardest part of Mass 1, like everyone, every single person, every single sane person will want to start practicing it and be mastering it for as long as possible. So, I mean, yeah. But I know, like, you can't really rush studying, especially for me. Like, I can't just sit there and purely study for like 5-6 hours. Like, I've been studying like more than 5 hours per day in the past few days, but that doesn't mean like all 5 of those hours were like me watching lessons and like learning new sections. I would say maybe like the last like an hour and a half would be me practicing, doing practice problems, like practicing problems. Oh my god. I really cannot speak today. But we're already 12 minutes in. I'm not restarting this. But yeah, I feel like part 3 is pretty difficult. I actually just got through part 3.2 today. Part 3.2 has like 7 sub baby sections. And the whole thing of part 3 has like part 3.1 to 3.11, and I am actually a little terrified. And seeing like how many baby subsection each little section has, like I think 3.1 has like what, 7, and 3.2 has also 7, and 3.3 has like 8, and yeah. It's like when you like, it's like sometimes when you do like math problems, you start one, it's like, oh, just one problem, and then what, that problem has like part A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Like it feels like that. And given how like saturated part 3 is, and given how big of a weight it is on exam mass 1, like I feel like I've got to do a good job of learning it the first time at least. I want to understand and like retain as much as possible. So I mean, it's hard, but I just try to get through it day by day. Like I do at least 2 baby sections per day. So yeah. And speaking of studying schedule, I also made a little modification to my study structure. So, previously, like when I first planned it out, I planned it to be, finish all the content by April 1st. And from April 1st to May 1st, my exam date, I would be focusing on hardcore full exams. And optimistically, I do 1 exam per day. That makes 30 exams, but I don't think I would be able to do 1 exam per day, given like how tiring a practice exam could be. And also, like, you gotta review the problems you did wrong, and yeah, so it's a lot of time and energy commitment into each practice exam. So I'm really not sure if I'll be able to like do 1 practice exam per day and be like and be able to wrap up the problems. So, and that being said, I pushed the start day of hardcore exam sitting back to March 23rd. And that would be 40 days away from my actual exam. But I don't want to like exhaust myself, so because I was really like exhausted when I was sitting for exam P. Like the last week, like before exam P, like I was basically like praying for exam date to come, and I couldn't even like drive myself to like do practice exams no more in the last 7 days. Like I'm just so tired, and I couldn't do it, and I don't want to do that for exam S1. Like, I mean, for exam P, it was crazy though. Like, basically, it was 2 months full of like practice exams, and I won't be able to do that for Mass 1. But still, I don't want to exhaust myself too much, so I feel like 40 days would be the most I leave out for hardcore exam sitting. And given that these past few weeks, when I would finish my study hours by Friday, like my 22 hours by Friday, I would leave the weekend more for myself and not do a lot of studying. Like last Saturday, last weekend, there is one day that I did not do a single hour of studying. I was just busy with other stuff because, you know, I need to organize the house, I have errands to run, I have things to do, and, you know, I gotta hang out with friends because you need that, you need the energy, right? So yeah, if I am already like doing this, like taking a short break over the weekends when I am going through the material, I feel like I'm definitely gonna do that for exams. Like, I'm probably not going to take one practice exam per day, and because that's a lot, and I can force myself to, but like I don't think it would be efficient, because when I was sitting for exam P, this is one day that I tried to do 2 practice exams per day. That would be 2 times 2.5 hours, 5 full hours of purely doing exams, and not even including like organizing problems. The second exam, I just did so much worse because I could not focus. Like, I just know, like, if I force myself when I really physically could not, it's not gonna be good, and I might as well not do it. So yeah, I thought I would leave some more days for sittings, for actually grinding through practice exams, so I wouldn't have to feel so tight, and, you know, still have time to rest and do plenty of exams. But yeah, and even after I push the date back though, like I am still really on schedule. Like, as long as I do like at least 1.5 baby sections per day, I would be able to, like, I am set to finish all the materials by March 23rd. So unless I get like sent to the ER or something, hopefully not, don't jinx it, unless like something really huge or horrible happens, I don't feel like I feel like I would be able to finish all the material by the time I start doing practice exams, like full on. I feel like it'd be so scary though. Like, my first practice exam, I'm gonna need like emotional support, animal emotional support, human emotional support, coffee. I'm gonna need all the emotional support I need. But I'm gonna need like all the emotional support available. the first time I like try to take an exam, like a practice exam, of course, I feel like I would be really stressed out. Like I talked about, I'm not like the best at managing like stress, I guess, when it comes to exams. And I call it uncontrollable just because like I'm always going to be scared. Like to start an exam even. But like I know the moment I start, I would be committed. So sometimes I just gotta push myself into it and just be doing it. And honestly, my first exam right now in this episode, my prediction for my first ever practice exam, I'm gonna get like 30%. Like I am dead ass. Like I don't, it's going to be like a battlefield, and that's okay. It only gets better from there. So yeah. And also Monday, I I was like going through like this part 3 material, and I actually had to go back to section 1 to see the coaching actuary version of some material, because so my company is a bit like slow with buying materials, so I didn't really get my material. Oh, well, I didn't get coaching actuaries until the end of January, basically. And so the whole month of mid December to like end of January, that would be like maybe almost a month and a half, I was using like study manuals. So I feel like I talked about that too in previous episodes. But the study manual, like I feel like they structured it a little differently than coaching actuaries. And also I am not the best at reading words. So I often get so confused about the study manual. Like maybe it's because I'm not good at reading English neither, but like I often need to like read things a lot of times to like try to understand what is going on. And I feel like some material that I learned was not like absorbed so well. And I mean, I know, because like when I see like a practice problem about like simulations, I'm like, okay, I am done for. I just know that like that one, like I'm probably not gonna get. And I'm glad I went back and reviewed the section about simulations in part 1. It's actually pretty useful. It's like you just use the uniform distribution that spreads out between 0 and 1 to like generate a random number. And since that number is like between 0 and 1, it's gonna act as a percentile, at least for the uniform distribution. And we're gonna see it as a percentile, and we take that percentile and implant it into this desired distribution to see like what number it produces. Basically, it's like randomly like throwing percentiles at this distribution we want and see what number it spits out, basically. Yeah, simulations. I think it's pretty interesting, actually. I really like coaching actuaries. They're actually like really good at explaining things, and I honestly do not know like what I would do like without coaching actuaries, because I learned really well with coaching actuaries. And I have not seen, I guess that's not true. Like I just don't have a lot of confidence of other online platforms having video lessons better than coaching actuaries, at least for the courses I have gone through. So yeah, I think it's really great. I mean, I'm not sponsored, guys. Guys, I'm not sponsored. I am not sponsored. I'm just a coaching actuary simp. Yeah, but that happened. It was great to just, get some concrete stuff tattooed in my brain. And also, another thing about studying, I guess this is not really like, it's not really like study related, because it's not like Mass 1 related, I guess, but it is like studying like this action related. So I use this notes app called Notability to take notes, right? And I've always been using the white background and college rule like kind of setting to write notes. And a few days ago, I started using black background. And man, I am telling you how well it suits. It's so much more pleasant to look at. Like you can pick those vibrant colors and like after writing them on the black background, it's amazing. Like it looks really good. It makes me want to keep taking notes. I mean, I guess highlighters don't work as well on black backgrounds, but I don't know, it's like a trade-off, but I started writing my notes like in bright colors and dark background. So that's cool. Yeah. And overall, I feel like the quality of my studying sessions has a lot to do with like how I actually feel. Like I don't know, like if I'm not like having a good day, then it is very, very, very likely that I'm probably not gonna be like probably like maybe only 80% of my studying session is gonna actually be like more on the efficient side. The other 20% may be like zoning out or like having to rewatch sections because I just did not interpret things, stuff like that. So I feel like taking care of myself is also a really huge part of successing in sitting for exams. Because I mean, I don't know, like you gotta have you gotta like put yourself together before you put knowledge together. That's the way I put it. But yeah, so that is about studying. I'm honestly like kind of terrified about the future sections, but honestly like what is being terrified gonna do? Like it's only gonna scare myself, and like I'm not going to not learn something just because it's terrifying, right? So I guess I would just talk about it and be like, okay guys, let's do it. Right? Yeah, it's like it's just things, and some things if you learn it once it doesn't make sense. Just when you do it a second time it usually makes a lot more sense, because actually the past few days, like sometimes I would like at the end of the day I'll be like, okay, I cannot do this anymore, so I would turn it off and start doing practice problems. And the next day when I start studying, I would rewatch the last video that I watched, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, like this, okay, this actually makes sense to me now. So that's cool. But yeah, so that is about studying. And the next little section, I wanted to also talk about life. I feel like I'm a person who's more on the expressive side. Like I am more likely to like tell people like, oh my god, my feelings, what's going on today, what's going on with me. Like I talk about myself a lot. But and also like when I talk, I like to give people a lot of context, because I feel like, oh, like I like to be transparent with you, right? Like but sometimes I feel like I do it too much, and I just end up telling people like some unnecessary details, and sometimes even like to distract myself, stuff like that. So there is something that I noticed about me, and probably gonna change that. So yeah, I said at the beginning of the podcast, I am touring an apartment this Saturday, and I feel like that's gonna be fun. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of scared. Okay, I guess when am I not scared? I guess, right? So I'm gonna go do it. I'm just gonna show up and I'm gonna tour that apartment, you know? I may not end up living there, but you gotta start somewhere. Like the next few of my weekends are like one of those days I'm gonna be touring apartments, and the other day I'll probably save it for friends or myself, you know? So yeah, feel like taking the first step is scary, but you just gotta do it. I'm honestly pretty excited. Like, you know, it's Valentine's Day, and I'll be doing something happy, touring apartments, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty excited because this apartment is actually pretty ideal for me. It's in a pretty good area, like it's really safe, it's pretty developed, and the rent is not crazy. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. And also, I did talk about mood swings, didn't I? Like, I I've always had like some sort of mental health struggles. I feel like it probably tracks back all the way to like high school and, you know, throughout college. And sometimes it bothers me a lot, and sometimes it doesn't seem to be that big of a problem. But recently, it kind of just came back and like hit me again ish. Like, I have been pretty like anxious lately. Like, sometimes I'll sit at work and I would all of a sudden be like, oh my God, like, would I get fired? Am I gonna get fired? And I would even think about like not really work related things, like, oh my God, like my friends, they hate me, don't they? Like these thoughts like came out of nowhere. Like, I know they're not true. Like, my friends are adults too. If they don't like me, they could have just said no. Like, they could have just refused to hang out with me. Like, they don't have to hang out with me, but they choose to. That is a very big indicator of them actually not hating me. So yeah, I don't know. Like, sometimes when anxiety takes over and I couldn't get myself out of my head, it gets really frustrating, and I don't know, stresses me out a lot. And yeah, so that is something I'm facing. But guys, don't worry. I actually went ahead and signed myself up for therapy. And yeah, an exciting thing is that I have my first session with a psychiatrist and a therapist, both on Friday. So Friday is gonna be exciting. I'm gonna be looking forward to that. You know, like I'll come back home, and I mean, it's online therapy, which is not very ideal. Like, I've always been more of a in-person kind of person. Like, I would prefer to hang out with friends in person instead of just texting them. And yeah, but you know, you gotta get what you can get, and like I couldn't find in-person therapy with my insurance, so I chose this, and I'm gonna see like how much it helps. And honestly, it may not help at all, and I mean, that's upsetting, but also good to know, right? Like, if it doesn't work, you know, like be like, oh damn, this sucks, all right, I'm not coming back, I guess, right? You always gonna try, and you just gotta have the heart and will to want to get better. And I feel like that's like the step one of like getting better, realizing that you need to get better. So signing up for therapy was a pretty big step of mine, because I think the last time I saw a therapist was probably like 2 3 years ago. I didn't stop seeing the therapist because my problems were solved, I stopped seeing a therapist because it was no longer available to me. So I guess now that I make some money of my own, I can, pay for my own therapy on insurance, of course. But yeah, I am excited to see how this goes. And I mean, I've never had any like negative feelings towards therapy. So I would like be excited to like see, oh, like how do I feel about these therapists? Like, stuff like that. I feel like they're usually pretty nice. So that's great. Yeah. But I feel like that's a pretty good life update of mine because I don't know, like when I struggle, it really feels like there's no end. And when it feels like that, I don't know, it just it does not feel good. So yeah. And recently, since I started looking for apartments, I just started getting really busy, like managing work, life, and study. And funny enough, like when I first started working, I was like, oh, like maybe I can try like start dating again. So I did try to look for those opportunities, but honestly, like I'm like I would think, oh, like it'd be great to have a partner, but I shouldn't need a partner to like be fully functioning and like me, myself, and I should be a fully functioning unit. And right now, the amount of stuff I have just like probably won't allow me to do any of that. And I am totally okay with it. So I guess that's a fun fact. I know you guys didn't ask for it. And but yeah, it's like sometimes you just have more important things in life. And like maybe like on the way you find something, stuff like that. I feel like I manage my study hours at least decently. I would feel like sometimes I exhaust myself too much over the weekdays because I've been finishing my study hours by Friday, and then I'll be completely turned off over the weekends, and that may not be like the best thing because studying is about consistency. Like you might as well do 3 hours per day for 7 days than like do 5 hours per day for 4 or 5 days. Like you want to get something in each day. And after noticing that there would be days that I have 0 hours in, I'm like, I don't know, like if I should probably change something, isn't it? Right? Like I know it feels really good to like finish my hours by Friday, but I do feel like it is necessary for me to at least do something, like at least a quiz, right, per day. Like even on days that I'm not like hardcore studying. So I feel like that's something I would want to consider. But I mean, with like my apartment tours and like all that stuff, I will see. And honestly, like this Monday, when I came back to studying, like after almost a whole weekend of like gap, no study, like I didn't feel so off. I feel like, all right, like I'm ready to dive into this again. So I guess maybe a break isn't a bad thing. My like me wanting to pursue consistency is more for the sake of, oh, like we all know that consistency is good. So it must be good to like have consistency, right? Like we don't know how much it's gonna help or how much it's gonna damage me if I don't do it, but when you can, you want to have it. So yeah, that's something I want to start working on. And also with friends, I talked about my new friends. Like sometimes I will feel like, oh my god, like I'm so new, and like I'm like they've known each other for probably like 10 years or something, and they've known me for 2 months, not even 2 months, like a month and a half, stuff like that. And I'll be like, oh, like, what if I'm just, what if I would never become one of them? I would always be like that new person. What if that's the case? Stuff like that. But honestly, like, that's already not something I can control. Like, I'm sorry. 10 years ago, I was in middle school, and these friends, they were already in high school or something. So I'm sorry that it just can't happen. It's not that I didn't reach out to them 10 years ago or anything. But, and I also think right now is probably the perfect time for me to start hanging out with those people because, like, I was not who I am right now that many years ago. And I'm glad that I am no longer who I was that many years ago. Like, I've grown, I've, um, like, became independent and mature. Like, I'm more mature. I guess I couldn't call myself the most mature person ever, but I did start thinking more thoroughly. Like, I learned my good and bad. Just as you age, like, these things, sometimes they come natural, and sometimes, like, someone else bring it to you, and you'd be like, wait, I've never thought of this before, and that's great. I'm gonna keep it. So, yeah, great stuff. And yeah, I'm just really thankful that I get to meet those people, and, like, so I can have someone to hang out with. I have things to look forward to. I have faces I want to see, and I have those times that I laugh really happily, right? So, yeah. And I did also mention that I had a really good weekend. So this past weekend on Saturday, I went to go see a movie with the new friends, and the movie, um, it was pretty long. I went to see the movie Iron Lung with my friends, and it was based on like a game, but I've never played the game before. So, and the movie didn't have a subtitle, and a lot of the things said in the movie were kind of mumbling. It's like okay, not like that, but like mumbling, and it's pretty fogged. And I just don't have enough like ability to just know what people are saying when it's like not clear. So a lot of it I didn't really understand. And funny enough, I almost fell asleep. But after the movie, the few friends who like have played the game, like who actually kind of know what's going on, like they explained some of the lore and like mechanics to us, and I was like, okay, that makes more sense now. So that was pretty fun. And on Sunday, a friend came over and helped me put my PC together. So that's amazing. I'm so glad that I was able to get his help because I it's not that I can't learn how to, I just don't trust myself enough. Like, I've never owned any like gaming devices growing up, so like I everything's like new to me. The most I've done is like, oh, I play games on my iPad and I watch people play games, but like I don't know like anything about PCs. I've watched a few videos to try to learn it, but it's still a really new thing to me, and I would like to try to not do that myself because I don't want to break anything because those things are expensive and we don't want them to break. So, yeah. Well, yes, the PC is put together, but when I try to connect it to the monitor, it says no signal. So, but when I checked, the CPU is like the fan spinning, the lights on, and the GPU fan is also spinning. So I feel like I might have to redo the RAM. That's probably on me because when we were putting it together, I took the honor to put in the RAM. So yeah. It's probably on me. I probably messed up, but fun and games. We'll see if redoing the RAM helps, and If not, we go from there. I guess, I don't know, it's like putting a PC together isn't as easy as like putting a desk or a bed together. Like I've done those before. Those are easy. Like even I could do it. So those are easy, but PC is like something else, I guess. It has so many small parts and has so many like stuff you need to like be cautious for. So yeah. And I also really about life, I guess. I guess I don't know if I should like include this in the life update part. It's like I try to like, always have things I look forward to. So I've always, well, I guess I can't say always. It's only been 2 weeks. I've been really like looking forward to like recording new episodes of the podcast. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh my god, like I gotta write those down. I want to talk about this in my podcast, and I feel like that's a really good thing because I don't know, like I don't. I'm gonna assume that not a lot of people listen to the podcast. I mean, you can see it from the views. So, and I don't care because this is mainly for me. Like, say when I, get my ACAS, when I finally pass Mass One, like I look back to those episodes and be like, oh my god, like I used to be like this. I used to think like this. And maybe when I'm in a better place, I will look back and be like, oh wow, like I was really struggling over there. But look how far I've come. I mean, that's like literally the point, like the reason why I started the podcast. So yeah, I'm glad I'm like looking forward to it. So yeah, and another thing to look forward to is my therapy on Friday and my apartment tour on Saturday. So that's amazing. Yeah. And next, I wanted to just kind of chat about the future, I would say, because I thought about this a lot lately. I guess first I will start with my job. Although, when I was still job searching, I never really like thought of, oh, going to this place, like this place that I'm currently at, like this region for jobs. Like I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to like live here. But it just happens to me that like the PNC position just is here, and I knew I wanted to do PNC, and I saw a chance and I took it. And I feel like in the beginning, like the first month, I would be thinking about, oh, when I finally get my credentials, like when I get to FCAS or even ACAS, like, I would want to start seeking like a new job that's at a location that I like prefer, and maybe pays more, stuff like that. But right now, like, I am so glad that I chose to come to this place and like take this job, because if I didn't like come to this place for work, I wouldn't have met all my new friends. And these are amazing new friends, and like I've never like seen a group of people like so fun to hang out with before. Like, I mean, yes, I've had really good friends and like we hang out really well, but that's like between me and them. Like, it's two people. Me and that person get along really, really well. Or like me and that two people get along really, really well. Like, but this is like a huge friend group that all gets along really well, and they're all like extremely nice, and they're also really funny. So I truly just enjoy such a good time hanging out with them, and I look forward to seeing them and all that stuff. So I'm actually really glad that I chose to come to this location, this place. So now, when I finally get my credentials, would I move away? I don't know, honestly. Like, if by the time, you know, the friend group has to move away, like, you know, because people change jobs and that just happens and people have to, like, you know, if by then it's not so together anymore, maybe it would be less sad for me to, you know, find a job somewhere else and like move. But for now, I want to stay around. Just thanks to the happiness those people bring me. Yeah, and I'm very happy with those people, and also I love my job. I mean, I go to work and sit there all day because there's no standing desks. I'm always gonna complain about that, but I think what I do is really meaningful, and I want to keep doing it. I want to, like, you know, keep doing this job because I think it's really meaningful. Like the things you do, like it's actually helping people, and like you're doing yourself good. Like you're not harming people for the profit of companies. Like I don't know. I mean, it's not that actors do that way or anything, but like, you know, I like knew I've heard some companies like, you know, have done that, and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't want to work there. But anyways, that's not important. It's like I just really like what I do, and I'm excited to see how this goes. So that's how I feel about my job. And also, I would be very excited to get my first raise if I were to actually pass Mass 1 in May. And I'm gonna try my best to make that happen. So that's something to look forward to. And my studying, yeah. I mean, like when I talk about work, I always talk about studying. Because, like, as actuaries, like, you are a student until you like decide to be done with the exams. So work and study is always like related really close to each other. I do look forward to like how like good I'm going to get with Mass 1, because I know like you just get better by practicing. And in fact, like yesterday I did it for the first time. I did a 5-question quiz at difficulty level, I believe 3, and I got every single one of them right without guessing. I mean, I know it's only difficulty number 3, but I went from getting only 2 out of 5 right to all 5 right on difficulty number 3. And today I did a 5-question quiz on difficulty 4, like average difficulty on difficulty 4, and I got 4 out of 5 of those right. And I'm seeing progress. Like I know it's not like, oh, today I get 1 right, tomorrow I get 2 right, and never comes back down. It's not like that, but I know I'm getting better, and I'm excited to see like if I keep this up, like how well can I be at this material, because I know it's hard. And yes, it's hard, but it's gonna feel so good when you get good at it. Like, right? It's like say you want to learn like juggling or something. Like it's so hard, but like when you finally learn it, you're gonna feel like the coolest person like ever. Right? So that's what I kind of look forward to in studying. And I guess future interpersonal relationships. I mean, I want to move out because, you know, I want to be independent and be my own person and no longer be like, you know, under my parents. I mean, I know my parents care about me and that they want the best for me, but sometimes the way they care it's not really my style, and I don't always appreciate it. But I know that they care about me, so I want to, like eventually become at peace with my parents again. I mean, if it doesn't happen, damn, that's crazy, I guess. But it'd be really nice if that could happen. And with my new friends, I look forward to just, doing more things with them. And when I finally get my PC put together, up and running, like, I would want to, maybe play games with them sometimes, because I like playing games. I mean, I'm bad at it. I'm not even gonna try to sugarcoat it. I'm not good, but like, I just enjoy doing it. I don't always get like rage when I play games. Sometimes I do, but like, I mostly just enjoy the process of doing it. I mean, as long as people don't like get mad at me for being bad. But yeah, I look forward to get closer to my friends, and if I have any dating luck, that'd be great too. But not really putting a lot of hope into that. I'm just kind of saying, forget about it. Yeah, and overall, I would say, I feel like every time I record a podcast, though, I always end up being more at like the peak of being optimistic. Like, I could like just not have that great of a day, but after talking about all those progress I made, and like how much I have done, and how much is there to happen, is there to come, it makes me really excited. Because I mean, people will say, oh, the better is yet to come. You would think that, and then you forget about it. But like, it actually, like, the cheer up happens when you actually think about, oh, what could come, what could happen. You think about that and you're like, wow, that's cool. I mean, maybe they won't happen, and that's okay, that's just life. But giving yourself something to look forward to is truly like a really good way of, keeping yourself accountable on like this long journeys like these. So, but yeah. And well, wow, this podcast is really long. We're hitting an hour, and it comes to the time of our end of podcast songs. So today, the song I picked is called Love and Obsession. So it's a song from a movie, actually. A movie that was recommended by a friend. It's a really good movie. It's called Lurker, and it was a 2025 movie. And this is one of the songs in there. I feel like I'm not that good at it yet, so I'm probably gonna butcher words, but who cares? Well, I care, but we'll see how well I do, I guess. All right, now let me turn the reverb on. Just one sec. Still testing. I'm actually gonna ooh, this song's good. We already finished the La La Land OST. I don't try to show you affection. Yeah. I don't. All right, guys, we got this. Okay, we'll see how I do, and honestly, if it goes bad, I'll just sing a different one. Alrighty. I don't have to try to show you affection. It's just something that I'm happy to do. I struggle in pursuit of perfection, 'cause I don't think that I'm good enough for you. I feel if I ask you the question, then all the no's will live on my head. But I don't heal by taking possession. No, it only seems to hurt me instead. What's the difference between love and obsession? I don't know, but I know I want you. When judging by your facial expression, oh, I think maybe you might want me too. What's the difference between love and obsession? I can never tell them apart. And judging by the way that I'm guessing, there's a missing piece inside of my heart. Oh, wait. I was rushing. Okay, that's not good. Anyways, I'm gonna try to restart because I was rushing. That's not good. But, okay. It's okay. I don't have to try to show you affection. It's just something that I'm happy to do. I struggle in pursuit of perfection, 'cause I don't think that I'm good enough for you. I feel if I ask you the question, then all the no's will live on my head. But I don't heal by taking possession. No, it only seems to hurt me instead. What's the difference between love and obsession? I don't know, but I know I want you. When judging by your facial expression, oh, I think maybe you might want me too. What's the difference between love and obsession? I can never tell them apart. And judging by the way that I'm guessing, there's a missing piece inside of my heart. I'll do anything to get your attention. The idea with you is someone else brings me pain. But I'm no good at learning a lesson. No, every time exactly the same. I'm too good at overprotection. But a bird can never fly in their cage. They should be free to leave once they connected. But it's so hard to accept either way. What's the difference between love and obsession? I don't know, but I know I want you. When judging by your facial expression, oh, I think maybe you might want me too. What's the difference between love and obsession? I can never tell them apart. When judging by the way that I'm guessing, there's a missing piece inside of my heart. There's a missing piece inside of my heart. Alrighty, so that was the end of podcast song. And honestly, I'm gonna sing another one today actually, just to be fun, just for funsies. This one, I really enjoy singing because I think it's really cool to sing. And also, this is a really famous enka. It's like this Japanese art form. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how to do enka, but I just really enjoy singing this song. So I guess why not? So here is surprise encore and the podcast song number 2. It's called Amakikoe. 隠しきれない映りがいつしかあなたに染みついた誰かに取られるくらいならあなたを殺していいですか涙出て隠れ宿つづらに常連の滝舞い上がり揺れ落ちる肩の向こうにあなた山が燃える何があってもいいのくらくら燃える日をくるりあなたと越えたい天城越え口を開けば別れると刺さったままの割れガラス二人でいだって寒いけど嘘でもたかれりゃ暖かいわさびさは隠れ道さよしくれ寒天橋恨んでも恨んでも体裏らあなた山が燃える戻れなくてもいいのくらくら燃える自分あってあなたと越えたい天城越え走り水迷い恋風の群れ天城ついた恨んでも恨んでも体裏からあなた山が燃える戻れなくてもいいのくらくら燃える自分あってあなたと越えたい天城越えall right, but yeah. Anyways, I really enjoyed saying that. Well, if you've given me your time this week as well, I really appreciate it, and hopefully you'll come back, and we'll see. Well, we will. I will see you again. Alrighty.